Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Quake, as played with the Quake Epsilon mod on the DarkPlaces ports on the Nightmare difficulty. I'm the Wolf Arok, and this is Episode 1, Map 2, the Castle of the Damned. So this is Castle of the Damned. It introduces us to several new enemies all at once, including the Ogre right in front of us. So, we'll just take those grunts out first, and then fire upon the Ogre. Just keep moving. By the way, if you think he was bad enough on Nightmare in good old plain Quake, he's worse in Quake Epsilon because he's been programmed. He's been tweaked to make his grenades a lot more accurate. They can actually fire upwards at you if they're down below you. Anyway, this is our first secret. Whoops. I must have shot the wall in the process. You actually shoot that wall and it opens up, and then you swim through that. And that's another example of Quake teaching you that you can find new secrets by studying the architecture. Anyway, there's a scrag whose job is to just float around and shoot little projectiles at you and hassle you while you deal with other enemies. Wall comes down, and into the castle we go. We have several maps like that in Quake where you can enter castles and dungeons in indirect manners rather than just knocking on the front door. Man, I remember doing that in Blood 2. But Blood as well, not in Blood 2 itself. Fuck that game. And we opened up that door, we got another Ogre in front of it. He was trying to spam grenades at us and couldn't because I'm that good. There's another Ogre right here. Sneaky, sneaky me. The nice thing is they all drop grenades, so we'll have plenty of grenades to spam when we pick up the grenade launcher in the Necropolis. And we'll go across this bridge, take on this Ogre first. Oh, wow, okay. Let's just swim and get back up on this elevator. And then resume shooting the Ogre and his pet scrag. And just be aware if you're a new Quake player as well, which is still a thing these days, believe it or not. But Quake is very dickish to new players with traps, and this is one of the first ones you'll encounter is some mounted spike traps. They're just mounted into the wall and they shoot spikes at you, or nails actually. But you know, that's not unlike Tomb Raider, really. Shooting that button spawns in some scrags on Nightmare or Hard, and then there's another delicious yellow armor for you. We also have a secret down here as well if you just jump down into the water. This should open up in front of you, this wall, and you can get yourself a health kit and some nails. But we'll grab the other yellow armor once this one runs out, which it likely will. No, I didn't want to grab that, but okay. Knights are a new enemy in this map as well. They're the melee enemies of this game. That's what they look like. That's okay. We've got a good frontal view there, and then there's the back view. Very nicely detailed, beautiful. We should have a scrag and an Ogre around this corner. There's the silver key over there. It also has to be said in advance, by the way, that another beautiful thing about this game is the quad damage. Us Quake players all know about it by now. It's the last secret of this map. It makes potentially tough situations completely more feasible. What we're going to do is just run straight to the silver rune door, take out that Ogre, then this Ogre, and we're about to deal with the fiend for the first time, who, without the use of the quad damage, is a real tough son of a cunt. Ooh, shit. But quad damage just turned him into a kitten, including his two buddies here as well. Because quad damage, 4 times the power, reduces any enemy you come across into a complete chump, including some of the worst enemies in the game, so. So that's Castle of the Damned cleared out. Now we just need to collect all the remaining goodies. think all that's left now is to just make sure I've got all the nail boxes in the map. Shells too. We're definitely topped up on shells. And I think that's also it for nail boxes. I'm just going to grab this armor and check the moat. Oh, actually I know where to find some nails. Once we find that box, we can get out of here. There we go. It's not even like we'll be using the nail gun first off in the next map. You know, that's a pretty damn small castle. This must be a very poor side of the kingdom. Because castles are usually a lot more elaborate than this, and usually have big giant moats. And all sorts of rooms that facilitate one service or another, be it, you know, the throne room, or a dungeon, or a torture chamber, or a bedroom. There's just not that much going on in this castle. Well, that's okay. You know, I won't judge. Now I understand why they want to take over our planet, our Earth, our dimension, because we have more affordable resources and the likes of something like that. That's enough. Let's go over Necropolis.